Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to me and Ash's first podcast. So, we are here for our first podcast ever on the Justin Cups or the Justin channel, Justin Ash channel. As we are your hosts, Justin and Ash. Ash, we just came off of an insane Wrestlemania weekend. What do you have to say about Wrestlemania this weekend?
Wrestlemania, it was pretty insane. Me and Justin are very much Cody babies. Everybody in the crowd was rooting for Cody. And, I'm surprised he got it done. 3 crossroads at the end did the job, and he won it.
Obviously, we had a lot of returns. Obviously, we had, The Undertaker choke slamming The Rock. Boom! And they disappeared from the crowd. And then you have John Cena literally attitude adjustment, Solo and Roman there. That was just an insane WrestleMania. In fact, they said it was the biggest WrestleMania of all time. Well, I think they were right. As we had one, me and Ash were reacting to WrestleMania the whole weekend, and it was just insane. We watched Night 1 and Night 2 main events. What do you have to say for Night 1 main event, though?
Horrible. Cody didn't win.
So, let's review the matches for WrestleMania night number 1. So it all started with Rhea Ripley defeating the man Becky Lynch at night 1. As Becky got riptide to the ropes, or the barricade, I should say, and then she got riptide again, and it was 1, 2, and 3, as that was the end of the match. Rhea Ripley retains her women's champion. Another thing was that we had the new tag team champions, though. Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, 8-Town Down Under, won the SmackDown tag team titles early in the match. But R-Truth of Awesome Truth received one of the biggest ovations of the night when he grabbed the Raw belts for himself in The Miz. It led up to the brutal reputation of WrestleMania ladder matches in total, with broken tables, ladders, and bodies by the end of the match. As that was just an insane. I thought the ladder match was going to be bad, but instead it was actually pretty good. And then next, and what do you have to say actually about the 2 matches I just said, Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch, and then the ladder match?
All of those matches were pretty good. I wasn't able to watch them at the time. I forgot it was on, but I looked at some highlights, and it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I really liked those matches.
And the next thing we had after that, we had a team of Rey Mysterio and Andrade after Dragon Lee was out with an injury and he couldn't wrestle at WrestleMania for his first WrestleMania. As Rey Mysterio and Andrade defeated Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio thanks to assistance by Philadelphia Eagles offensive lineman Lane Johnson and retired Jason Kelsey, as they manhandled Dominic Mysterio while wearing green and white luchador mats. As what do you have to say about that match, though?
That match, it was alright. It wasn't my biggest thing. Could have improved. But overall, I'll say it was an okay match.
After that, we had the Jey Uso defeating his twin brother Jimmy with a top rope splash in the latest chapter of their bloodline-related feud. Jimmy got Jay to drop his defenses by apologizing for betraying him in the past and earned the win before Jay recovered for the pinfall. As obviously in night 2, we saw Jay spearing Jimmy off the stage into a big load of tables. As I thought they died. That means, oh my god, Jay literally and Jimmy literally got. I'm just in disbelief after that, because Jay literally speared Jimmy off the stage and right into a pit of tables.
It was a pretty far drop, though.
Yeah, it was. I think they said it was like 10 to 15 feet, and that was crazy. I mean, that match was obviously pretty good. I think I liked it as much, but the first start of it, I didn't like it. But at this end, it started getting better and better. But and overall, it was an okay match. And then the next thing after that, before we had Sami Zayn versus Gunther, we had the Trios tag team match, the team of Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill. They defeated Damage Control, Cargill making her first appearance in a WWE pay-per-view besides the Royal Rumble. She hit her finisher on Dakota Kai. Asuka mistakenly blew a miss in the face of partner Kairi Sane. Belair hit Asuka with her Bray Whip, followed by a Kiss of Death finisher. I mean, that was... When I first saw Jade Cargill and Naomi and Bianca Belair make their entrance on the same thing, I was like, okay, this is actually looking pretty good. I think this might be a good match. But overall, I think we already knew who was going to win it. I think we already knew Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill was going to win it. I think it was an okay match.
It was an okay match. Everybody knew Bianca Belair was going to win because, well, it's Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
So, overall, I would agree with you. The match was okay. Wasn't one of my favorites. It was pretty good.
The next thing we had in the night's biggest upset I've ever seen at WrestleMania of all time, Sami Zayn ended Gunther's 666-day reign as the Intercontinental Championship in a punishing match in front of a divided crowd. Zayn overcome 4 power bombs, 2 top rope splashes, and a chest bludgeoning chops to win the match with a haluva kick that followed a top rope brain buster on Gunther. Zayn was emotional and collapsed in the ring as his wife celebrated from ringside. They say 666 is an unlucky number. Well, they were right, because Sami Zayn ended Gunther's 666-day reign as Intercontinental Champion. I mean, Ash, I had no words after that. That was just an upset.
Very big upset. You do not want to get to that number 666. That is what they say is the devil's number. Just a very unlucky number in general. And I mean, just overall upsetting match for him. And I thought he was going to get it done, but no, I guess he didn't. Overall, it was a pretty great match. It's just sad to see that streak go away.
Yeah, Gunther, after the triple threat match at WrestleMania 39 last year, I thought Gunther was going to at least go maybe another 1,000 days. I thought he was going to be like Roman Reigns and go 1,000 or 700, but nope, it was 600, just short of 700, about 34 days, or no, 34 days till 700, so he was about 5 weeks away from reaching 700. And then the main event of night number 1, we had Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns and The Rock. The Bloodline, as it decided if it was going to be Bloodline rules or no Bloodline rules for night 2. I think we all knew The Rock and Roman was going to win, because obviously The Rock, it's like The Rock, obviously. As we just said at the start of the podcast, we said that that we don't think it was a good match for us, because obviously we're Cody Crybabies and we don't like The Rock. As let's head to night number 2.
The Rock is okay. The Rock is okay. It's just he he isn't as good.
Yeah. So, the next thing we have is, so we're not going to go from order to order, but we're going to have just some stuff in general. So, we had LA Knight and AJ Styles not starting off the match, but they had start. I think the feud was actually not that bad. I think it was starting to get to the point where the feud was actually starting to get good. But, like, bro, AJ Styles, why did you fly 30 hours to just hit him with a chair? Like, AJ, why did you hit him with a chair and you only fly 30 miles or 30 hours, man? Come on.
30 hours to hit somebody with a chair. I love it.
Yeah. I don't even think anybody wanted AJ Styles to win. But LA Knight, he defeated AJ Styles and ended the feud, I'm hoping. Because I do not want to see AJ Styles flying 30 hours just to hit LA Knight with a chair. Before that, we actually had the 6-man tag team Philadelphia Street Fight. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits defeat Karrion Kross and the Authors of Pain. I thought this match was actually one of the best Street Fights I've ever seen for a tag team match. Because, one, Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, actually, the table broke when Ford was trying to go for a turnbuckle or trying to hit a splash on, I think it was Karrion Kross, I'm pretty sure, one of the Authors of Pain. The table broke, so they had to get a new chair, and then that's where Street Profits got the win. And also, they actually had ECW Bubba Ray Dudley as the special guest referee. I thought that was actually pretty good. I'm actually happy for Bubba Ray Dudley. I'm happy he's back to I'm actually happy in general that he's in WWE now. So, what do you have to say about that match?
It was a pretty good match. One that I overall liked about it, and one thing we have to talk about: Logan Paul and ISO Speed.
Bro, that
was amazing.
Yeah, we had Logan Paul retaining.
Logan Paul won. The whole entire crowd booed him. Typical Logan Paul. He was getting knocked out on his own ring. That was his own ring. Then you had ISO Speed show up as a blue raspberry prime.
And we also saw that at WrestleMania 39 last year too with KSI, and then KSI he got injured, and the same thing happened with ISO Speed. As he got RKO'd onto a table, and he was like unconscious for 5 minutes, I think. He was not even moving until after the match. He wasn't even moving until after the match. Yeah, but
I wanted to see, especially with KSI as well, him getting body slammed into an announcing table. That's just amazing.
And the next thing we have that started the night 2, we had Drew McIntyre versus Seth freaking Rollins. Dude, we had Seth losing his reign of 316 days as Drew McIntyre defeated Seth freaking Rollins. McIntyre landed 4 Claymore kicks on Rollins, and the last one was the 1, 2, 3, and people said you deserve it. As then, at the end of the match, we had CM Punk trash talking with McIntyre, and then Punk literally got rid of his brace and punched McIntyre, and then we had Damian Priest, Senior Money in the Bank, come out, and it went da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and then that's where we had Damian Priest finally successfully cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase. He held that for 10 months. And today, and night 2 was his final day to turn it in, and he did. As Senior Money in the Bank is now the new World Heavyweight Champion. As the second to last match of night number 2, we had Io Sky versus Bayley. I mean, I think everybody knew Bayley was going to win. But the thing is, I'm absolutely happy for Bayley. That was one of the good matches I've kind of seen in the pretty well for a girl match.
It was a pretty good match.
Yeah.
I love that match.
Yeah. So I think that was a good match, and I think we will see a lot more from Bayley. I'm hoping her reign is at least like 100 days at least. That's what I wanted to hope. As we have head to the main event of WrestleMania. We had the start of the match. We had already seen a lot. I think we already knew that. So the first part of the match, we had Cody trying to go for a 3 crossroads. That didn't work as Jimmy came out and kicked Rhodes in the face. And then next thing we hear, Uso! Dun, dun, dun. Hey, main event Jey Uso's now in your city! Oh, it's just me, Uso! Day one, it's just me, Uso! And then Jey Uso comes out. And Jey, as what we said at the start, Jey Uso speared Jimmy Uso, his twin brother, off the WrestleMania stage from 10 to 15 feet in the air. Like, I don't even know what to say. Yeah. Through tables, too. And then, that's when we had an Rose try to go for another 3 crossroads. But, of course, another Bloodline member had to get into it with Solo Sikoa. And then now you hear John Cena coming out, and everybody just goes crazy. Yeah. John Cena literally came out, ran to the ring as what he always does, and added to adjustment both Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. But with Solo Sikoa, he went through a table. Thankfully, it didn't break, or at least I'm happy it broke because yes. And then next, we have more Bloodline members getting into it with The Rock. As you know, John Cena and The Rock been having feuds for like the past decade or two. And I'm like shocked in belief because back in September when The Rock returned, John Cena was happy that he came back, but he got into Bloodline business, and John Cena tried to do the "you can't see me," the attitude adjustment. But The Rock chokeslammed him, and then now it's just getting more crazier as now The Undertaker came out.
The Undertaker was crazy.
Yes, The Undertaker came out, and the crowd started going crazy. Or no, it wasn't The Undertaker actually. It was The Shield, and I thought it was Dean Ambrose for a second. I thought it was Dean Ambrose at first, and it's Seth freaking Rollins. But no, it was just Seth, and I'm like, okay. I'm in disappointment, but obviously Dean Ambrose is in AEW, so it makes sense. I don't think he'll come back to WWE in the next probably year. And then Roman comes out of nowhere, and then hits Seth with a Superman punch. And then as The Rock is trying to whip Cody with Mama Rhodes' belt, then that's when you hear Undertaker, the gong. And then The Undertaker comes out from under the ring and chokeslams The Rock and sends him back to Hollywood, where he should be. And then you hear the gong again, and then they disappear. And then now Cody is just left alone by himself. No Bloodline members into it to distract him. And then he hits 3 crossroads, the finisher, and that was it. It was 1, 2, 3, and Cody Rhodes won the Universal Champion. As you see, Samantha Irvin, the ring announcer, was emotional, obviously, as everybody was too. I think that me and Ash were literally crying in tears because of how we saw Cody Rhodes do it for his father Dusty, who got ripped out of a Universal title. It was just sad. It was we were happy for Cody, but it was bittersweet because it was bittersweet for us, for at least for me, because one, the reign for Romans was, I thought it was gonna. Sorry. I thought they might at least do. It was bittersweet though. I'm sad Roman Reigns' reign is over, but at the same time I'm happy for Cody, so it's bittersweet. So and then you have Kevin Owens, LA Knight, Randy Orton, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, who's another one? Seth freaking Rollins. He came back and respected what's his name? Cody Rhodes, and then you see Cody handing the belt to his mom. And so that was just the end of WrestleMania in general. So we hope you guys like it, this first podcast. We will have more podcasts. We'll actually have separate podcasts. We'll have Ash, tell them what podcasts we will have.
The separate different podcasts we will have is, alright, so obviously we're having WWE, we're going to have NASCAR, MLB, maybe a little bit of the NBA and the NFL.
But we'll only do the NFL in September, so if you guys want to subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time for another podcast. Well, hopefully we'll have another podcast probably sometime this week, probably Friday or Saturday. We don't know, but by that, guys, we hope you guys like it, and we'll see you guys next time.